Hello everyone and welcome to the Sanbrooke Adventures, where it's a beautiful spring afternoon, the sun is shining, so I thought it would be perfect for a bike ride. I fell in love with cycling ever since I was a kid, and 10 years ago I had an electric bike which I absolutely loved. I ran that for about 9 years, did thousands of miles on it, and then last year we purchased 2 brand new electric bikes because Charlotte loves cycling just as much as me. Obviously she can't at the moment with the pregnancy, but yeah, I thought I'd come out today, make the most of the sunshine and get the bike out for the first time this year. I don't really like cycling over winter and stuff. I like it when it's spring and summer, and I'm going to be filming quite a few different cycling videos, so stay tuned for all of those that are going to be coming up on the channel. But yeah, the electric bikes here, been on charge. Obviously we did a full tour of these last year, and you know what, they are absolutely brilliant. The range on these is about 30 miles as well, so you can do quite a lot, and you can change the different settings as well if you want more help, or if you're going up a hill, you know, you want a bit more help that you're getting up there. So they're great. Obviously you still burn a lot of calories and things as well, but it's just nice having that extra power with it being an electric bike. So come and join me as I have a bit of a tour around. I've actually just parked up on Alton Village Hall car park, only about 10 minutes away from where I live, here in the beautiful Staffordshire Moorlands. And I thought this would be the perfect place, my first cycling adventure of the year for you all. And that's right here in the heart of Alton. In fact, there's Alton Castle over there in the distance. And of course the area is more familiar for Alton Towers. You can just see the flag tower up there peeking out of the trees. And yeah, Alton Tower is all hidden in the forest just down there at the back. Obviously they can't build anything above the tree height, and that's why even though I'm up here on this hill, you look across and the only thing you can see is the flag tower down there. And yeah, that's the main road that leads up from Alton Village into Farley and Alton Towers, but I am going to be cycling down that way shortly. Yeah, I thought a lot of you find it quite interesting having a cycle around this area, just showing you what there is right near Alton Towers. I'm sure many of you make the trip to Alton Towers every year and don't really have time to look around the local area, so that's what I'm going to do, show you it in this video. So just cycled down through the beautiful Alton Village. There's a couple of pubs up there, some B&Bs, and a couple of small shops as well. And then I've just come down the hill. Obviously this is on the road now if you're driving up to Alton Towers, so you may recognise this. You've got this beautiful bridge here, and there's another couple of pubs down here at the bottom, which I definitely recommend. They're great for food, by the way, especially if you're staying at the Alton Towers hotels and don't want to pay their prices for food and the quality. You can come down here and get a really nice pub meal, so I'd recommend it. And they've got the beer garden down by the river here. It's beautiful. But I've got a lot of people always commenting saying, oh, what is that big castle that you can see when you're driving to Alton Towers? Well, there it is, right behind me up on the hillside. That castle is Alton Castle, and it's actually over 800 years old. Obviously, it used to be occupied. It's now a youth retreat centre. It's got like all activities and things there as well. Yeah, you can see it up there on the hill. A lot of people always say it looks like Hogwarts. But yeah, how impressive is that? I've got the drone in my bag actually, so I'm going to get it up in the air and get a few shots of that for you so you can see it. Well, there you go, a nice overlook there of Alton Castle, built in 1170. And yeah, the pub just down here is Bridge House. You can see all the beer garden. Yeah, it's lovely down here. It's just a quiet weekday when I'm filming this, and Alton Towers is closed on these weekdays at the moment when I'm recording this. I mean, by the time it's on, it'll be back to daily operation. That's why the road's pretty quiet down here today. Obviously, when Alton Towers is open, it gets much busier down on this road. And there's another view of Alton Castle just over there. Fantastic, especially on a beautiful blue skies day like it is. Oh, fellow cyclists down there. There's a lot of cycle routes in this area that you can make the most of. Stunning. But yeah, look at this. Like, this road gets so busy and there's just nothing. And you can't hear any of the screams from Alton Towers, which is literally just the other side of them trees. Up there, you've got 13 and Rita that are literally the other side of there, if you're familiar with those attractions at Alton Towers. So yeah, I just wanted to point out a few of the different buildings around here. This is actually owned by Alton Towers now, but it used to be a little tea room there. And the reason why there was a tea room down here in Alton was because of the railway station. And you can see the actual station building still exists. You can actually rent that out. Yeah, it's open for accommodation. Like, how awesome is that? I've never done it because obviously you only live 10 minutes away, but I'd like to at some point in the future. Yeah, the beautiful station building. And there you go, you can see where the railway line would have been. Yeah, this actually operated for a very long time, from July 1852 through to February 1973. That's a long time, isn't it? Almost 120 years. And then obviously now, Alton Towers attracts over 2 million people a year. We get encouraged to use public transport, and there's no train to Alton Towers. In fact, the transport to get into the park is not great at all. There's a few buses, and that's about it. But yeah, how crazy, you know, they've got this infrastructure here. It'd be amazing to see this open again. Obviously, it's a cycle path and walking route, but how cool would it be to see this train station open again in the future? And obviously, guests would have walked up here and then in through the gatehouse, which is that building right there. And that was one of the original entrances into the Alton Towers estate. And yeah, you'd be able to walk straight through there and up to the grounds. Obviously, when this station closed, Alton Towers wasn't the theme park it is today. It was more of visiting the house and the gardens and the grounds. There was concerts and all these different shows that were put on at the time. But yeah, thousands of people a day would arrive here at Alton Station and walk straight up there to Alton Towers. Fascinating. And yeah, it's all still here today. In terms of the Gates House, still owned by Alton Towers, that's completely empty. It's derelict inside. I have been in there actually many years ago when I used to look after the historical things at Alton Towers. And yeah, it's just empty. It's abandoned. It's such a shame. Wasted potential. Right, I'm going to get on the bike now and show you one of my other favourite places to go down here. So I'm actually going to turn back round here. I've literally just cycled down the road here. Take a right down past the pub and go to somewhere called the Ramblers Retreat, because this place is awesome. Cycling for about 5 minutes there from Alton train station, and would you think that you're literally right next door to the UK's largest theme park, attracting over 2 million visitors a year? You certainly wouldn't. Like, how quiet it is down here. So peaceful. You've got the beautiful river that runs down here, and yeah, you can actually just make out through the trees over here the flag tower, which is part of Alton Towers. You can just make it out up there if you look carefully through the trees. That just shows how far we are away, like not far at all, literally a few hundred yards the other side of that road, and then you're up there at the park. It's crazy, isn't it? And yeah, just down here you've got somewhere called the Ramblers Retreat, and if you are ever visiting this area, it is definitely worth coming down here. Maybe, you know, you've stayed over at the hotel for the night, you've got a travel day back, but want to find something to do for a couple of hours. This place is great. You can just see the car park a little bit further down. It's free parking, and yeah, you've got all sorts of different walks that you can do around here. I'll have to do them at some point. Not great for the bike, but you can go like up all into the hills around here, and it's lovely. It really is. So I'll just show you down here because it's a lovely little cafe. This is a lovely little hidden gem down here. Welcome to Dimmingsdale, part of Forestry, England. There's the Ramblers Retreat, which is the building you can see there, which is a lovely cafe. I'll go and show you a little bit closer in just a moment. And yeah, you've got a car park down here. The hole's probably maybe, what, 50 cars? And it is free parking down here as well. And they have actually got an overflow car park just down here as well. I don't think there used to be, but there is now, which is good. Yeah, just down there at the back. Here at the Ramblers Retreat. Yeah, lovely little cafe and restaurant down here. It's a gorgeous little building, isn't it? It's got so much character to it. And yeah, right next door to the free parking, just here on the left hand side. And yeah, they do some nice food in here, milkshakes. Along with that, they do Snugbury's ice cream, which is so nice. Like a local ice cream, which is gorgeous. So tasty. And yeah, we'll just have a little cycle down here onto this overflow car park. But yeah, you can do so many different walks all around here. Short walks, long walks. We did like a 3-hour one during the COVID pandemic, you know, when you can only go out for exercise. Can't believe that was 5 years ago. Yeah, we did a lot of cycling and a lot of walking all around this area. We've actually got a nice little garden out to the back. You'll see it in a second when I turn around. Well, there you go. Yeah, I've got this car park. Never parked on this one. Didn't even know it was here. So obviously normally you walk down that way. Yeah, I just wanted to show you it because it's a lovely little stop off if you are in the area. Obviously most people are here for Alton Towers, but look at this lovely little garden area. All out there at the back. It's got a lot of charm about it, hasn't it? Got a lot of people walking the dogs around here. And there's another little site what you can come and see, which is about a 10-minute walk from here. And that's over to the left. I can also cycle this because we're going to go through that gate and I'm going to go and show you the legendary chained oak tree. Ooh. Obviously the chained oak featured in the storyline for Hex, the attraction at Alton Towers. And yeah, the chained oak is literally just down this way. So yeah, we'll get on the bike, it'll take a few minutes and we'll get down there and go and have a look. Only been cycling for about 2 minutes and yeah, just crossed over the bridge of the old railway line. And yeah, if you walk about another 10 minutes down there, that's where you'll reach Alton Station, where I was a few minutes ago. Yeah, I've just kind of done the loop down the road and then obviously you can go down that way. But then you want to come off the train line down this path on the left. There's no signage or anything for the chained oak. You just got to try and stumble across it. But yeah, I know all these woods like the back of my hand. Spent a lot of time walking around here over the years. And yeah, it's all right for cycling on here. Obviously, you've got to watch out for anything that might puncture your tyres. But luckily, this new electric bike's got a lot thicker tyres than the old one. So yeah, if we cycle down here, only a few minutes, we're going to reach the legendary chained oak tree. A tree in chains. And if you were parked over there at the Ramblers Retreat, it would probably take you about 10 minutes to walk here to the legendary chained oak tree. There it is, covered in chains. Wow, it always amazes me coming to see this up close. And unfortunately, it's not in the best state these days. I mean, these branches here fell quite a number of years ago down here on the side, but it does allow you to get a close-up look at the branch there with the chains wrapped round. And there's loads of chains on here, and you can just see like there, how it's just grown around the chains over the years. It's fascinating. Yeah, this tree's been chained up for hundreds of years. And obviously 25 years ago, back in year 2000, Alton Towers opened the dark ride called Hex, and it was all based on the legend of the chained oak, this very tree. Yeah, and obviously they did quite a bit of filming down here for the pre-shows and the videos. Oh, yeah, look at this. Let's get a close-up look. Wow, look at that. You see how it's grown all the way through. Fascinating. Like, you got no chance of moving that. I spoke to quite a lot of people over the years and fans of the channel who said, oh, you know, did the Alton Towers just do it? Trust me, like, I knew about this before, you know, it became the ride. Whew. I remember hearing this local legend many years ago, you know. There you go. Look at this. Oh, someone's put a padlock on there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? 2024, locked in love forever. Oh, how nice is that? Oh, there's quite a few padlocks. All the way up the tree in chains. Wow, fascinating. It's quite a climb up here. It's worn me out. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Amazing to come and see it. The chained oak here in Alton. A must visit for any Hex enthusiast. It's a fascinating area full of history and always worth heading down there to the chained oak. If you were just wanting to quickly see it before or after a visit to Alton Towers, you can actually just park over in that little lay-by at the side there by the gates. And then you can just head down here by the sign what says the chained oak bed and breakfast. And then instead of going straight on, you just head down the public footpath over here. It takes about 5 minutes to walk down to the oak. So yeah, if you didn't want to go down the Ramblers Retreat and that path, this is the main road again now. Obviously Alton Station back that way where we started. And this leads up towards Alton Towers and Farley. So quiet today, just listen. Nothing. And Oblivion's right there. it's only about another 5-minute cycle there up the hill from the chained oak B&B along the perimeter road of Alton Towers, obviously where you'd normally drive down here, to the main entrance. Also, you just saw the secondary entrance to Alton Towers as I was going past. That's the staff, delivery and security entrance as well. So yeah, if you're arriving like late on an evening sometimes, the main gates will be closed. So yeah, you want to be going in through that way. But they always change the signs here on the main road. Look at this though, very quiet at the entrance to Alton Towers. Like I say, when I'm filming this, the park's closed today. I bet they wish they opened midweek these first couple of weeks of the season, because the weather's been lovely. Like, it's raining today, I'm going to take my hoodie off. Instead of going in through the main entrance of Alton Towers though, I'm going down this little road next door, which is called Wootton Lane. There's some great scenery down here, so let's head down. That was some footage there cycling down Wootton Lane. I'm still on that road at the moment. And yeah, obviously that was alongside the perimeter of Alton Towers property, where you have got main drive as well. Obviously this is council-owned Wootton Lane, but yeah, it runs right alongside Alton Towers property up there. And yeah, the park is just over there in the distance, behind the trees over there is actually the Curse at Alton Manor, Gloomy Wood and Forbidden Valley. Off to the left here, you've got the water park and the hotels down in that direction, just to give you a bit of an idea. All I can hear today is a little bit of music playing from Katanga Canyon. I don't think it'll pick up on the camera, but I can just hear that. Normally you'd hear Nemesis from here and Galactica coming off the top of the lift hill, just going into that first corner. But yeah, you can't hear any of the rides today because obviously it's closed. Yeah, we're going to carry on now down Wootton Lane. A lot of this is actually owned by JCB. Obviously the JCB World headquarters are only a few miles from here in Rochester. Yeah, they own quite a lot of the properties around here, including a big like country mansion that is just down here. It's actually not that far away from where I am now, only a few minutes from Alton Towers. And again, you wouldn't know it was here. But yeah, this is like the boundary to it on the left hand side. Now if you're looking for doing a nice country walk whilst you're around here, you can actually come out of a public footpath on Alton Towers property, down by the hotels and the Enchanted Village, and then it actually brings you out down here. So yeah, like there is like another back way into Alton Towers down here, obviously not for cars or anything like that, but yeah, you can walk down here. Little interesting fact for you, yeah, I'll show you that. It's just down here actually, on the right hand side. And yeah, like I say, this isn't directly Alton Towers property, mostly owned by JCB around here, the farms and everything. But yeah, if you were to walk up that way, I've done this walk a few times, that public footpath, as you can see there by the sign, that does lead round to the back of the Alton Towers hotels. And yeah, you can walk about 15-20 minutes up there and you'll arrive at the Enchanted Village. I'm not doing that today though, I'm carrying on down this way. So we've now arrived at one of my favourite little hidden gems here in the Staffordshire Moorlands, a beautiful quiet spot, and you wouldn't believe it, but we're still less than a mile away from Alton Towers. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? That's what makes that location of the park so special. The fact that, you know, you've got all this beautiful countryside nearby, all these cycling routes and country walks. Honestly, it's beautiful, it really is. That's why I love living here where I do, you know, not just having Alton Towers, but just to have all this beautiful scenery around is gorgeous. And yeah, here you got this lake, which is beautiful. I've actually just sat here on the wall for about 15 minutes. No cars come past. I could hear absolutely nothing, and it's bliss. I think because I spend quite a lot of time on my phone, like replying to comments and editing videos on the laptop, just to come somewhere like this and completely like zen out is perfect. And it's made even better when the weather is so good. Stunning. And yeah, the sun just shines down here. Lovely. It's a proper beauty spot. So you have got a lake just here. Oh, there's a swan down there as well. Hello, swan. But then actually there's a much larger lake round to the right hand side. Now all that area is blocked off. Like I say, most of it's owned by JCB around here and private property and estates, but they have actually got a huge mansion which is literally behind the trees here. You can just see like the boundary off to the side. What I'm going to do shortly is get the drone up in the air and just get some shots of this beautiful area around here, and you'll also be able to see that country estate from up in the air as well. Yeah, so much round here, and these trees as well, massive. Just out in the wilderness, and you wouldn't think it. If you really wanted to, you could just walk down here, you know, from the Alton Towers hotels, come down that pathway, and, you know, you get here in about 20, 25-minute walk. You know, if you just wanted to do something a little bit different, you know, something a little bit less hectic than go around the theme park. So much round here, and obviously so many people travel here for the park, but you know what? There's just so much else to see in this area. Lots of beautiful spots. So, yeah, I'm going to get the drone up, and I'll put in some shots for you all. Well, you just seen some awesome drone shots there looking over this part of the beautiful Staffordshire Moorlands. And here you can see that big country estate there and the lakes and all the beautiful scenery. Yeah, it's really nice. So carried on cycling for about 10 minutes down Wootton Lane, and then it brings you to this junction here. Still very quiet. If you are walking or cycling around here, you can turn left and go towards Elliston and Wootton itself, or we can take a right and go to Presswood and Denstone. And now I'm going to be heading towards Denstone and kind of looping back round that way towards Alton. In that direction where we just come, Alton's 3 miles, Farley 2. Yeah, I'd say I cycled probably about 4 miles, so I did that little detour down by Ramler's Retreat. But yeah, we're going to take a right and head down this way. Yeah, it's all very quiet. It's literally all just part of the extended JCB estate round here. So yeah, we're going to cycle down here. Beautiful. You do actually get a view of Alton Towers from down here as well, which is quite nice. There's a few viewpoints high up around where you can get a good view looking towards Alton Towers. The sun might be in the wrong place for it today. Yeah, normally by this gate you can look across. Let's see. Yeah, you can't really see it that clearly today. However, the eagle-eyed viewers will just make out Alton Castle there in the distance and also Alton Towers. But like I say, it's quite far in the distance from here, a good couple of miles. And then also the fact you've got the sun shining this direction makes it a lot darker. But yeah, you can just about make it out down in that direction. Oh, there's a rabbit there running across. So you can see a lot of these signs, private property, JCB, keep out. That's the thing, a lot of people don't realise how much JCB own around here. Like the biggest employers, JCB and Alton Towers in this area. We have all this land to either side of the road just here, all JCB property for like JCB farms and agriculture. That's the thing, a lot of people don't realise that they do all that sort of stuff, you know. Think it's just the manufacturing, but no, they do have all the farms and everything around here as well. All the farms around here, yeah, so much farmland. Surrounding Alton Towers and this whole vicinity, loads of public footpaths as well, another one there on the left. That's why I like having the drone, you see, because there's so many things like hidden away that you just couldn't see before drones, you know. You can just get them up in the air and have a look round and see what's about, you know. Like that big like country estate, you wouldn't be able to see it, would you, if it wasn't for drones and flying over. So yeah, I do love how technology has evolved. Obviously make sure that you are flying responsibly if you have got a drone. Down to the junction here. Yeah, I think we're going to carry on straight down. Obviously not done this since last year. Elliston and Denstone straight on, Farley that way, Wootton left, Presswood straight on. Yeah, we're going to carry on down this way. Hope you enjoy my little cycling tour. Stay tuned for more coming up. So over there in the distance, them hills are the Weaver Hills. And again, you can see them from when you're in Alton Towers, especially on the sky ride and you look across. And yeah, they're the hills. You can do a great walk all around there. Little villages, and we're just carrying on down this little road. I've only seen one car in all the time since I left that bit by the chained oak. been cycling there for about another 15 minutes. Started off down the little country lanes there, mixed in with the fields, and then coming onto a bit of a busy road, as you saw there from the last clip on the GoPro. Just coming down a bit of a slightly busier road there, still not too much. Obviously these roads do get busier when Alton Towers is open. Yeah, coming down there, just a little bit of traffic, but yeah, not too much. It's still a great cycling route to come down. Right then, I'm literally at the sign for Denston, which is like the second closest village really to Alton. Like when you drive up to Alton Towers and you pass the JCB World Headquarters, where I'm going to be cycling down to next, then yeah, you do pass through a little village called Denston. They got a small pub, there's a farm shop there as well, which is always nice. And also you've got this big gate just here behind me. I never realised until a number of years ago when I was working at Alton Towers and looking after the historical things in the archives, this actually used to be an original entrance to the Alton Towers estate. There you go, a car going in, perfect timing. Yeah, this was literally an entrance to the estate here with the archway and the two little buildings at the side. Obviously it's not been an entrance to Alton Towers for a long time, but if you look on Google Maps you can see how it lines up, and this would have been a big drive down to Alton Towers, obviously way before it was a theme park, back when it was, you know, the actual home of the Earl of Shrewsbury. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, there you go, the big gate here, the original entrance to the Alton Towers estate. And I've not got the exact dates offhand, but we're going way back in the history of the estate. Obviously this leads now to another country estate here, just off from Denston. And obviously this is occupied, it's beautifully looked after. Look at all the grass, and yeah, the buildings are in a much better state than that of Alton Towers, which of course has been a ruin now for a very long time. Yeah, there's the sign for Denston and Alton Towers Resorts. Right, we're going to head down this way. Literally on the left hand side, just past that big barn, you got the farm shop, which is really nice there. They've got a cafe, they've got a little hut outside, the shepherd's hut, what does food and breakfast baps and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you're stopping off on your way to Alton Towers, it's ideal. It's only about another 5 minutes up to the park from there. And yeah, it's just like a nice farm shop. This place gets really busy. Denston Hall Farm Shop and Cafe. Yeah, they got like all seasonal gifts upstairs, a bit of a garden centre. That's the little shepherd's hut that they've got outside that does food, but they have got a main cafe and restaurant inside as well. They sell like clothes and everything in there, lots of gifts. They do like Halloween and Christmas and everything. Yeah, it's really nice. And when you've been driving to Alton Towers, you may have recognised some of the roads that I've shown just, and that whole area by the Denston Hall Farm Shop. But yeah, lovely little place that. I've just cycled about 5 minutes through Denston, here to the JCB World Headquarters, which is located in Rochester. And now JCB was founded actually in nearby Uttoxeter, in a small little garage, only a few miles away from here. Then of course this is it, the main factory. The World Headquarters is here in Rochester. They've got a beautiful lake out the front, you can walk round, cycle round, it's just such a nice area. So I thought I'd show you that now. And even though this is all JCB property over at each side of the road now, this actually used to be a school here. I mean, it's the global learning area for JCB now. But yeah, this is actually the school I used to go to. Yeah, right next door to the JCB factory, and it was quite handy because my dad obviously worked there at the World Headquarters. And then yeah, I went to school over here. The JCB wanted the building with it being right near to the factory, so JCB actually built a brand new school around at the other side of the lake. You'll see it actually as we're going round, I'll show you it. But yeah, because JCB wanted this, obviously, you know, it was quite an old school anyway. But yeah, it's quite funny looking at it now because that was my room where I used to do maths upstairs there. Yeah, crazy, isn't it, how times changed. But yeah, that was my school, and then they relocated it long after I was going there. And here it is, welcome to JCB Lake, right out the front of the factory. I do love how they made this whole area look so pretty out the front of the factory itself. You know, I do really appreciate that. It's just a beautiful space, it really is. And yeah, if you look over there, that's the new school. So obviously that isn't JCB property over there. I don't know if it used to be before they built the school there, or if it was like council owned or something. But yeah, that's where the school used to be, right there, that building. And obviously they moved it onto the other side. And you've got this huge lake out the front. And yeah, I'm going to cycle all the way around here now. It won't take me long on the bike, probably about 10 minutes. If you're walking it, it takes about 20 minutes to have a stroll around. Yeah, it's very nice. Obviously you've got all the big management offices and everything up there. That garage opens up sometimes, and that's where all the big fancy cars come out. Like everybody that's got like a JCB work vehicle, they'll come out of the door. And that's the main factory itself there. Yeah, beautiful spot out the front though. There's quite a lot of statues and walking paths and everything around here. It's very nice. Yeah, we've got like all the offices in there, and we've actually got a little gift shop inside as well, where you can pick up JCB related items. I remember, like I said, my dad worked here for like 20 years, and they used to do like the open days, which were fantastic. Used to have like big shows, the dancing diggers, firework displays and concerts and things. Yeah, it used to be amazing. World headquarters. Well, yeah, you can actually just go inside there and have a look in the gift shop, and they've got like a couple of historical bits as well that you can see for free. And there is some free parking as well there. You can just park down by the factory. You often see a lot of the workers around here and having a walk round. A lot of the locals cycle down here to work as well. JCB World Headquarters. I just thought, you know, get it in on the tour for you today. Quite fascinating to see, and that sign is massive. Me and Charlotte will often come and walk around here, come and see the geese. There they are. There's George. You got another little lake over this way too. Yeah, we'll be walking the baby lots around here. Really pretty setting though for a factory, and obviously all this was man-made just to make it look prettier really. Yeah, I believe the factory itself used to be an old dairy, like a small dairy building, and obviously JCB purchased it and turned it into the big factory that it is today. So they do also have the JCB helicopter that will come and land up on the hill there as well. They've got a little landing pad. And then you've got like the little caretaker's house over there, and you might be thinking, hang on a minute, how do you get to it? It's on the other side of the water. Well, they've actually got a little hidden road, a little ford that runs across the middle down here. Oh, Ashmore's ice cream. That's our local ice cream that you got round here. They're based in Uttoxeter. Yeah, it's just a nice day for it, isn't it? Pick the perfect day to come and have a cycle round, show you it all. I might get an ice cream, but then I think Charlotte would be very happy that I left her at home. So yeah, that's like the hidden road. You can just see it there. There you go. You've got the sticks at either side. This is obviously where they go in. Oh, a bit of a wildlife shoot going on here. Yeah, there you go. You can just about make it out now, and that leads over to the little building. And as we're cycling around the area, I just thought I'd give you a little bit more JCB history. This building here is actually a replica of the original, well, small factory, should we say, a small shed that used to be in nearby Uttoxeter where JCB was founded. This was it. Tiny, wasn't it? There you go. So it tells you here, this garage is an exact replica of the one in Uttoxeter where Joseph Cyril Bamford, CBE, started his business on October the 23rd, 1945 with a second-hand welding set that cost £1. He made a tipping trailer which he sold at the town's market for £45. 50 years later, obviously this was 1995, JCB is one of the most successful and largest manufacturers of construction equipment. Beautiful building, and it's nice how they celebrate the history, but as you can see, it's just full of sporting stuff in there. If you want to see the original trailer, or at least a replica of it, it is over in the factory by the gift shop. But yeah, this is a nice little replica of it. I do like how they did it. I just think for me, the trailer should be in there, you know, even if you could just see it through the windows. All the sports area here, again, this is all JCB property. And then you've got the golf course, which was built maybe 5 or 6 years ago, could be longer than that now. Massive JCB golf course over there. It is huge. That used to be the JCB club over there, which was for like the workers and the families, but that has turned like all into like a sports facility now. Around here, right, back on the bike. I was thinking, where's it gone? Yeah, it's hidden behind this bush. Hey, you're enjoying this tour around the local area. I just thought I'd share with you all where we live, you know, so you can see it. And this just shows how big the factory is here in Rochester. The lake's down at the front there, and it spans all the way up here. This opened a few years ago, and somewhere that I'd love to go, but I think you have to be invited. It's the Story of JCB, the VIP Visitor Centre. You can see you've got a couple of diggers out the front just here. And yeah, I'd love to go there. So if anybody's watching this who, you know, wants to invite me down, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to go and see it all. Oh, this weather is just perfect for a cycle round. And yeah, going to head round the lake now and just show you the factory again from around here at the front. Normally on a nice day, they've got a huge fountain on, but yeah, it's not on today for some reason. So peaceful though, isn't it, considering you're by a huge factory. And there's a look across, you can see some more of the statues round at the front, and yeah, just ours down there on the left hand side. Just gives you a bit of a perspective on the size of it. And yeah, at Christmas they always put like a big Christmas tree up on the hill, which always looks very nice. A lot of people fishing on the lake round here too, and lots of swans and geese all around here. So yeah, you may have looked across at this area. Whoa, what are they doing? Oh, they're off. Look at them go, chasing each other. The big goose. Yeah, you often probably drive along that road there thinking, oh, what's all this over here, you know? Just a statue for JCB, just a monument that they've got there, just behind the tree. You'll see it again now. You probably think, what is that? Yeah, it's literally just a statue. It's quite nice though, isn't it? It's like part of different parts of a backhoe loader. Yeah, you see a lot of people walking around here, and this would be great, walking around with the baby when he comes, strolling round. You got some big birds there in the middle. Again, some more little statues. And yeah, this is where you normally have the big fountain on. You can see it there in the middle, the actual nozzle, but it's not on today, unfortunately. Right, so what I'm going to be doing now is cycling back up towards Alton. See the big horse statue down there as well. See you later, geese. I'll see you at Alton Towers. I'm sure these are some of the same ones that we see at Alton Towers. I know they're like the same type of goose, but I mean actually the exact one. Just sort of the look of them, like they look so similar. Right, there's another little interesting feature here on the left hand side that I'm going to show you now, and this is an old war bunker. For many years you couldn't really get access to this, but then actually they built this pathway a few years ago, and you can see it really clearly now. You can even go inside it, and this is easy to access from the pathway and even the main road just there. You come round and this is it, little war bunker. Let's go and have a look. Anybody in? There you go, little look inside. I mean, it's covered in graffiti in here. Probably won't want to come down here on an evening. I bet it's quite spooky down here. There you go. Bet you get all sorts of wildlife in here. Yeah, old little bunker that there is down here. Obviously JCB can't remove it because I reckon that's a listed building. But yeah, it's a piece of history. Little shots there of cycling back through Denstone, and yeah, down there's like a little country pub which is really nice called the Tavern, and yeah, at Christmas they do like a really nice Christmas light display down there as well, which is always great. I think I picked the right time for this today though, sun shining and all the daffodils everywhere. It just looks so pretty. Spring is officially here and I'm all for it. I love this time of the year, it's perfect. Anyway, I'm just on the final stretch now between Denstone and Alton, and yeah, this will be like the full loop round because I'm going to come in at the top end of Alton. Obviously I went down the bottom end and round the perimeter of Alton Towers and all the way kind of down the back there, whereas this here is like I've done a full loop, you know, back down the main road. You'll recognise this road just here to the side if you drive into Alton Towers, and yeah, that's why it's a bit busier along here, obviously this being the main like link road between the two villages, and of course Alton Towers down there at the bottom as well. So yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more footage along the way and then I'll be back in Alton. I tell you what, I'm absolutely sweating. Like, it's lovely out there now. Definitely burnt some calories, I can feel it. And like I say, even though it's an electric bike, it's only helping you along the way. You know, it's nice because you're still getting that exercise in, but it means you can just travel a lot further and see more things, which just makes it a more exciting ride, you know. Really enjoyed that. About 90 minutes going round, and obviously I stopped off a little bit to get some drone shots and things, and just had a relax in that lovely chilled area down there, right hidden away down the back, you know, behind Alton Towers, where you wouldn't even know it was was there. And yeah, just a nice kind of loop round. When I'm cycling, I like doing a full loop instead of like going somewhere and coming back on yourself. So yeah, it's a nice little route. Only a small one actually, this. Like normally I'll bike about, 15 miles, something like that. And I'll cycle like this actually from home and cycle all the way up here and round. But I thought today I'll come and park up here, mainly because it's the afternoon. I wanted to make sure that, I had time to get around where I wanted to. I knew it was going to take me a little bit longer getting the drone up, and it was definitely worth it. Got some lovely shots of Alton Castle and the surrounding area here in the Staffordshire Moorlands. Beauty is though, with my new car, I can fit the bike in the back without having to mess about with the bike rack, which I'm really pleased about. Obviously I wouldn't be able to fit both of them in here, only one, but still it's great for when I want to come and have a cycle a little bit further away. And I like cycling a little bit more than Charlotte anyway. I mean, she really enjoys it, but I think I'm like proper dedicated to it. I enjoy it so much, burning them calories and getting it in. So yeah, I'll probably end up taking the bike a few places in the local area in the next couple of months, and taking you around and doing like lots of different cycling stuff. So stay tuned for that. We do everything across both of our YouTube channels, don't we? We literally try and just mix it up and do different things. But I hope you've enjoyed it, seen a bit of the local area. Like I say, I'm only 10 minutes away from here. Beautiful place, the Staffordshire Moorlands, and lots of other places to see and places to cycle as well. Thank you very much for joining me though, and that leaves me with one final thing to say: have your own adventures. See you later.